Good morning, everyone. I am Shweta Sarangi, and today I will teach you about the food chain. Okay, so in the previous class, we have studied about the energy flow models. So, how energy flows, the laws of there are two laws of thermodynamics we have studied. So, first law state that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred from one place to another. And the second law of thermodynamics state that it involves the degradation or dissipation of energy. And we have seen dissipation of energy occurs at every trophic level. There is loss of 90%. There is loss of 90% energy, and only 10% is transferred from one trophic level to another. So we also have studied about the energy flow models, which are given by Odoms and Lindmans. Odom gave his energy model at a land, and Lindmans gave us the energy flow model of freshwater ecosystem. So next we are going to study about the food chain. Okay, so the sequence of eating and being eaten with the resultant transfer of energy is known as food chain. Example, the producers consume inorganic materials and convert it into organic materials. A sheep may eat some grass, and in turn it may be eaten by a person. The algae of a lake will be eaten by many zooplankton such as crustaceans and insect larvae. They are eaten by small fish, and in turn they are eaten by birds which may be caught by a bear. From all these examples, it is clear that plants from the link between biotic and abiotic components of the ecosystem. They draw water and minerals from the soil and combine them with sunlight and carbon dioxide from the air to make carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, and usable minerals through photosynthesis. Okay. Some herbivorous organisms such as caterpillars, field mice, etc., consume this vegetable material and convert into animal material, which serve as food to meat eating animals. They are eaten by large carnivores. Okay, this carnivores. This sequence of eaten and being eaten with the resultant transfer of energy is known as our food chain. Thus, in food chain, organisms of an ecosystem are linked together. Each step is known as trophic level, and the study of the energy flow through these steps is called trophic ecology. Food chains are not isolated from each other. Okay. Primary producers trap radiant energy of sun and transfer that to chemical or potential energy of organic compounds such as carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Okay, as we have read earlier, the energy liberated is just equal to the amount of energy used in synthesizing the substances. When this animal is eaten by another one, along with transfer of energy from a herbivore to carnivore, a further decrease in energy occurs. As the carnivore oxidizes the organic substances of the first herbivore to liberate energy to synthesize its own cellular constituents, such transfer of energy from organism to organism sustain in the ecosystem. Okay, so here we can see that sun, who gives us energy always, gives us energy. The producer of the plants collect energy from the sun and water. Okay, then Producer produce our food, and then the primary consumer grasshopper have it. Okay, the it directly it directly can consume the herb producers. Okay, then then it comes to the secondary consumer, the frog is dependent on the primary consumer. Okay, then our snake, who are the territory consumers, they are dependent on the secondary consumers. Okay, then the final consumer, the hawk, he is dependent on the territory consumers. And after its death, again the decomposers of fungi, algae are here to make it an organic substances, and from which and after that they give some, after that they give some nutrition to the soil mass, and the producer collect the soil mass from collect the nutrition from the soil mass and energy from the sun, and make his food by photosynthesis process. So this is a total cycle. Okay, and this is the food chain. So in the same way, here is producer are the grasses, grasshopper as the primary consumers, birds are the secondary consumers, snake are the territory consumers, and again snake is eaten by owl, who are the apex predator. And again it is again the decomposers are here to decompose it and give some nutrition to the producer. Okay, this is also a cycle. Understood everyone about the food chain? Next is grass. Grass is eaten by rabbit, rabbit is eaten by fox, fox is eaten by wolf, wolf is eaten by lion. In the same way, in freshwater also, phytoplanktons who are eaten by water flies, again these are eaten by small pieces, and then again it eaten by large pieces. So these are the phytoplanktons. These are eaten by the crustacea or the prawns and all. Okay, then again it is eaten by fish, smaller fish. Then it again comes to the dolphins. Uh, these fish are eaten by dolphins, and again the dolphins are eaten by the killer whales. Okay, so this is the food chain. Again a food chain is lichens, then ring dirt, then man. Okay, so this is our total food chain. So types of food chain of nature. So there are two types of food chain. First one is our grazing food chain, and second is our detritus food chain. So what do you mean by grazing food chain? Okay, and detritus food chain. So what do you mean by that? This type of food chain starts from green plants and ends to carnivores by passing through herbivores. All examples cited above show this type of food chain. The primary carnivores or secondary consumers eat herbivores or primary consumers of the ecosystem, and likewise secondary carnivores or territory consumers eat primary carnivores. The total energy assimilated by primary carnivores or gross territory production and its disposition into respiration, decay and further consumption of by other carnivores is entirely analogous with that of herbivores. Thus much of the energy flow in this chain can be described as the producer, then it comes to the primary consumer, the herbivores, then it comes to the secondary consumer or primary carnivore, and again it comes to the secondary carnivore or territory consumers, and so on. Again it comes to the decomposers. Okay, so this is a grazing food chain. First the autotrophs, then the herbivores, then the primary carnivores, then the secondary carnivores or territory consumers. Okay, understood. Next, in the next class, we are going to study about the detritus food chain. Okay, so this is very important. Okay,